Today we're going to be doing some paint mixing, and we're going to be using these primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and we're going to take those and mix them together to make our secondary colors. So we're going to be making green, orange, and violet, also known as purple. So let's get started. Today we're each going to have our own paper towel. We're all going to share a water container. We each need to place matte paper, and one of the rare occasions in which we're each going to have our own paint plates. We will each have our own paintbrush, and we've got this little miniature colorized version of the color wheel as well. First color we're going to be making is orange, one of the easier colors that we are going to be able to mix. So to make orange, we are going to need these two colors. Whenever we mix colors, it's always easiest to add a little bit of the darker of the two colors to the lighter color. Now we're all probably going to have a slightly different type of orange, and that's okay. Once I've got my orange paint mixed up, making sure I still have my paintbrush held like a regular pencil, and somewhere out here I'm going to paint myself a dot, just like that. And if you look at it, I've still got some of that red in there, so I'm going to kind of swirl my brush around a little bit to make sure it's mixed up, and I've got a nice, beautiful orange. Very important today to make sure we wash our brushes out. We want a clean, dry paintbrush before we start mixing any other colors. My next easiest color to make is green, so that means I'm going to take a little bit of blue and add it to that yellow that I put on your plate while you were busy mixing your orange. Now sometimes our colors don't come out quite as dark or as vibrant as they need to be, and that's when we would take our brush and dip it in just a little bit more of the paint and then continue to mix. Give that brush a good wash. Give your brush a good dry. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now purple, sometimes called violet, can be kind of a tricky color to make just because of the type of paint we use in class. It's our last two color, and it's going to involve mixing some of that blue in with our red. Now do your best with this color, because if you see what happened there, you can't really even tell that I had any blue. So it's going to take a little bit of patience, and once you've got something fairly close to purple, it's not going to look purple like the color that we have over here, but once you've got something that's pretty close and you're happy with it, go ahead and put that paint on your color wheel. Okay, well, I'm almost close enough to purple that I think I'm going to be able to put this on my paper. Like I said, this is kind of a tricky color to make, so just kind of do your best with it. I've got way too much paint on that brush, so I'm actually going to just kind of turn it in my fingers over there and get some of that extra paint off before I paint it right here. Brush is clean and dry, and now you may have noticed that we have one extra plate in the middle of the table that doesn't have anything on it. Well, we're still missing our three primary colors, and on that plate, that's where we're going to have some fresh paint to paint our dots for both red and blue and yellow as well. Since we're not mixing these colors, it's okay to share these ones, and we're just going to pretty much do the exact same thing with painting dots. Make sure you wash your brush out in between colors though. Cleanup today is going to look a little bit like this. Paintbrushes and paper towels need to be taken care of like this. When we wash a paintbrush, we wash it in the sink, just like I'm showing you right here. 1, 2 presses of paper towel, give it a good drying off, and then put it back in the container with the bristles facing up. Take that paper towel, wipe any wet paint off your fingers. Then we need to come back over here. We're going to take care of our water container. Water containers get poured down the sink and left upside down in this container. Now let's also take care of these two things. Take this, put it in the trash. Placemat paper goes over there on the cart. And hey, would you look at that? Paint shirts get put right back here in a pile as well. Your beautiful color wheel project is going to go over in the drying rack. Be careful, it might still have wet paint on it.